Hello, hello everyone. C programming session 5. Here we are going to see about program flows, loops and functions. Basically, the program flow is something like what we can say is in our real world example. If you are traveling to some place, for example, we can able to see if you are going to the place A, you have to take left. If you are going to place B, you have to take straight. If you are going to place C, you have to take right. Similar way, this program flow provides if the condition is true, you have to go this way, else you have to go that way. That was the main motive of this program flow. The condition is based upon true or false. In C, that true is assumed if any non-zero or non-null values. For example, anything greater than 0 or not null, not equal to 0 is taken as a true value, and anything equal to 0 and equal to null will be taken as a false value. The conditional statements used basically if and if else and if else if and then else, that the conditions used. Maybe we can see that simple example over here. I'm going to do an example whether to check this is A is greater than B or not. For example, I will take something from here to scanf. Still scanf we can use here. I'm going to place it over here and we can quit, and we can see if A, we can use the relational operators to check whether A is lesser than B or not. Relational operators will give true if A is lesser than B, and it will give false if it is equals or greater than B. Basically, here I'm going to use if return 0. I'm going to print here printf A is lesser than B. We will get that. Basically, here I'm going to compile gcc-o if .c. It got compiled. I'm going to run if. I'm going to enter 123 and then I'm going to enter 234. Now A is lesser than B. It goes into that while loop. If it goes into the program statement, we have given A lesser than B, it got true over here, and it goes into this code block, and this code block got executed. And we have that option, something like we can have it something like if and then else. We can able to see here if we can do the print over here, and if, and then we can give else, and we can do the print of here with A is not lesser than B. Now I am going to compile again. You can go to up./if. I'm going to enter 123 and 234. Now we got the print of A is lesser than B. Now shall we give 234 here and 123 here? Then we are getting that A is not lesser than B. The program flow goes into the code block of else, and it prints, the printf is present in the code block that A is not lesser than B. That got printed over here. If, for example, we can have another one, we can if.c, we can do if, else if, and then else, and now we can see else if, can do else if, and then a greater than b. We can open a code block and we can say that printf a is greater than b, that we will get. And then now both else, lesser and greater are handled. If it comes here, a is equals b, a equals b basically, b over here. Now we can do that gcc -o if dot c. When we run if, I am going to give 123, sorry 12, I mistake. Okay, I am going to give 234. Now I am getting a is lesser than b. Now I am going to give 23 here and 12 here. Now we should get a is greater than b. Now I am going to give 12 and 12 again. We are getting a equals b. It's something like it has that code block. For example, whatever we are giving, a lesser than b is the code block here. Else if suppose a is not lesser, it comes over here, and we are checking a is greater than b or not. The program flow comes here, and here we are going to check whether it is a if a lesser or not lesser, not greater means it equals. Basically here we are getting print. Basically that simplified example of program flow is something like, for example, we are going in the direction and we are seeing that board which says three things. Left is place a, right straight is place b, and going straight is place c. Then we will check whether we are our criteria is c, and we will check accordingly and we will move forward. Similar way that here it checks that program flow, it goes into that flow accordingly. Here for example, if it is true, it will go inside the code block. It will if it is not true, it will just come out. And if there is a else condition will get executed. In the else we can add another loop, another flow, for example a greater than b over here for example, and we can do that with the checking. Basically this gives that brief overview about if and else and if and else if, and we have that option over here. And we can have that here, we have that option something like we can do here the relational or not non-relational operators, and we can give that over here. And you can we can also give floating point also into here to check whether it was correct or not. And we have that next program flow control, which has that switch statement, which takes that argument of integer and it handles accordingly. We can see over here, basically we will be having switch.c, and we can get some information from if to scan that y. We can give it here, return 0. Here we can make a statement switch of a, and we can do that open braces. We can make a case 0, then we can do break case 1, we can do break, and default is the 1 over here. Printf case 0, and we will be having the rest of the cases, if nothing is matches with this case, and we will come here, the program flow will come here, basically case default. Yeah, here we can able to compile gcc-o switch.c, and we can able to run switch. I'm going to give the operand 12. It goes into the case of default. Since we have given only two cases, 0 and 1, now we can give the option 0, case is 0, and when we give that option is 1, we got the case 1. Basically that code block this whenever that the corresponding cases get selected, and with the value of, if the value a is 0, then this code block will get executed here till the break, and if the case is 1, till this code block will be get executed. If none of the cases are matching with the switch, there will be a default which this code block will be get executed till it breaks, basically. Here that the switch statement, basically the switch statement is to have it something like different categories. We can make that categories. For example, if you wanted to something like where we can put a category something like 0 is apple, 1 is mango, like that we can define, and we can use that in our cases to count it accordingly. For example, you wanted to count fruits in a shop where while getting that from the market, or from getting that your wholesale retailer, and you can able to check with this switch statement, so that we get incremented accordingly, and we can able to get that information. It has that multiple application areas that we can see in our rest of the demo. And we have that another kind of flow statements called colon, question mark and colon, that will give that that gives that information something like this. Yeah. It's something like we can give that statement over there, and we can do that accordingly. Here we can see that the conditional, we can do that con.c, and we can take that the example of if.c. We can take it from till it scans. For example, I'm going to close this, and it's written 0. And for example, printf a is %s and then b, then I am going to give here a less than b, and then question, and then we can give here lesser, and if not the case, I'm going to give not lesser. Here is the option. Now we will see what it returns. gcc-o conditional.c, and we got compiled. I'm going to give 12 and 23. A is lesser than b, and I'm going to give 233 and 123. A is not lesser than b. Basically this gives that program flow. Basically here we have that the program flow. This is the conditional statement we can give. If it is true, this section will get executed, and if it is false, then this section will get executed. Basically this section will be applied. For example, here we have given %s, that is a string. It accepts the strings for the print. For example, whenever it's true, this takes this string, and whenever it is false, it takes these strings. Basically here it's something like for example, if you wanted to do simple change, and you have to assign then you no need to use that. If for example single statement of what we can say, if it is a single statement or single assignment, you no need to make it if and else kind of loops. We can use this simplified question mark and colon to assign it accordingly. For example, here we can do that some more thing over here, and for example we can do here result. I'm going to do result. For example, I'm going to check a less than b, and if it is less than b, I'm going to assign 1, and else I'm going to assign 0. Now we can do the printf result colon %d slash n comma result. That will gives that we can do the simple assignment over based on our conditions, that we can able to do that basically. Dot slash condition, that gives whenever we give 12 and 23, we got the result of 1 since it is lesser. Maybe we can give 23 and 12, we got the result of 0 basically. That it depends upon that conditional dot c, that it gives that if it is if this conditional statement is true, then result will be assigned with the a, result will be assigned with 1, and if it is not true, then this 0 get assigned with the result basically. It basically gives that simple program flow according to the conditional statement basically. Yeah. And the next one we can able to we have done with if and else, if and else if, and then switch cases, and then we have that conditional operators question mark and colon that we have done, and we have that information about the program flow. And thank you for watching. You can contact me at nvhariharan@nivitech.com. Thank you. Subscribe for updates.